All right. All right. And going to gymnastics. Okay. That's fine. No, say it. No, I think it's not that. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, let's take a pillow. Okay, everyone, please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. After 4 weeks, 4 Fridays, we are meeting again. Actually, what was your name? Suki. Yeah. So Suki might not know, but the others know. I was in Sri Lanka and I was conducting the program online. I just landed in United States on last Monday. So still I have a little bit jet lag, but sharing dharma is great other than anything. For that, you have dedicated everything. So we are doing it today too. So if I sleep in the middle, don't worry. So then, because you know the time. So when it is the morning for United States, it's the night time for South Asia. And when it is the night time for South Asia, so for United States, it's the morning. So, right. Somehow, today, I really appreciate, I can see some of our old friends, they are back again. So, several our old Dhamma friends. Mr. Howard, with his mother, he is here. He's one of our old, very old students. And Mr. Frank, he is here. And Mr. Tim, he is here. And we are so glad to see them too. And I'm glad to see that we have a lot of good, dedicated meditators now. They practice ardently. Not only they practice ardently and develop positivities, I can see them sharing all those positivities with the others. So people talk about change in the world, and they try to do so many outer things, right? So they expect a lot of outer things to change. But we have to understand we can't change everything. There is something always that'll pop up, which make everything imperfect, and so that which can so that we'll become unhappy. But when you change your inside, when you try to change your inside, whatever it happens outside, even the world turns upside down, still you stay calm with harmony, happiness, and peace. So the most important thing that you should change is your inside. When you change your inside, everything, everyone and everything that you associate in your life will get affected. Everything and everyone will be positive, whatever it happens. Right? So I'm glad that you are practicing ardently. Today too, you are here to practice. Nowadays, we are practicing breathing meditation. And when I was in exile, just when I was in Sri Lanka, I started teaching you the second step of breathing meditation too. So the new students, they are kindly requested to practice the first step of breathing meditation. The new students, how you practice the first step. So please focus on your bare breath. When it is coming in, please be fully aware on your breath. So don't let the breath, so don't observe the breath all the way up to the end of your nostrils. So beyond the nostril. So just observe the breath up to the end of your nostrils. So when it touches the end of your nostril, let that breath go in. Wait very, very patiently until it comes back. It will come back and it will touch the very same area at the end of your nostril. And after that, it will start its journey to go out. So when it is going out, be aware, right now, my breath, it is going out. If it is long, let it be so. If it is short, let it be so. So if it is gross, let it be so. If it is soft, let it be so. Just keep on observing that breath as it is. Very patient, very calm. So don't expect the breath to be something else. I mean, if it is a gross breath, don't expect it to be a soft one. If you don't like long breaths, don't expect it to be a short one. So let it come as it is, let it go as it is. Just accept the breath, embrace the breath, current breath, the present breath as it is. Right? So keep on observing the present breath, the breath that you're experiencing at this moment as it is. As it is. That is the instruction for the new students. And for all students who join who are all students of the meditation program, and also the students who join the program and who were practicing continuously since January. So they are kindly requested to practice the second step of breathing meditation. Now you have to cut down the range and you have to focus on the experience of breath within a limited area. What is that limited area? The area below the nostrils and above the upper lip. Below the area, the experience of breath within the area below the nostrils and above the upper lip. When the breath comes, you'll feel the touch of the breath on that particular part. Focus on it and stay patiently until when it went inside, when it goes inside, wait until it comes back. When it comes back, it will touch the very same area before leaving. So observe and be aware. Right now, I'm feeling the touch of the breath. So focus on the touch of the breath and keep on being aware about the touch of the breath within the area below the nostrils and above the upper lip. That way, what you are doing is you are trying to sharpen your mind. So when it is more difficult than the first step. It is more difficult than the first step. So if you think, even the old students, if any one of you felt like, right, this is a little bit difficult for me, then move to the first step and work for some time. And when you are concentrated, move to the second step and continue, right? That's what you should do when it comes to the breathing meditation practice. Also, for new students, the first step. For the old students, the second step, right? Then every day last time also I told you, I teach you something for your external background, right? So I mean, the last lecture will be about the spiritual development. So inner development. The first lecture, the first lecture will include the introduction to the meditation, and at the same time something small for your external growth, right? For the growth of your external life. So when you have a good external life, it helps you to have a good meditation. It helps you to develop in your meditation. That's why I teach you something which is important for your external life too. Can you remember the 5S system that I taught you? When I was in Sri Lanka, I taught you the 5S system, right?
It's Japanese.
Yes, very nice. So let go of the unnecessary things, keep then organize the necessary things accordingly, right? And then being disciplined, like that I taught you those 5 steps. So hope you follow that and have a simple life, right? And then like that I taught you certain things. Last time I taught you about 7 steps, right? So to look at things. And then today I'm going to teach you about I'm going to teach you about the love. So when people, we can't expect all the people to do good for your life. Even the Buddha had sometimes enemies. We are ordinary people. We also will have will have to associate certain people who will do bad for our lives, who will hurt us. Those people will do things not in the way that we expect. At such times, you should be able to develop the art of adjusting. If you can't adjust with the other people, then it's hard to live, right? So whatever it happens, good to share two things with all beings. One thing is pity. Second thing is love. Both are important. If we don't have those two things, then you can't bond with the other. You will keep fighting with the others until you gain the 100% perfectness from the other people's actions, right? You can't have that. You have to adjust in life. Let me tell you an old India story before we begin. So, I'm addicted to tell stories. So, certain people might be addicted to various other stuff, but I am addicted to tell stories. So, this. So, mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law live. It had been there for a long period of time. I mean, the opposite way, right? So they have since this bondage called the married life, right? Marriage began. So these two terms are there, and they have been fighting against each other for a long time. And there was one family where the daughter-in-law hated the mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law hated the daughter-in-law. So both of them were fighting for a long time. And the daughter-in-law, one day she thought she will kill the mother-in-law to get rid of her. So she went to a renowned doctor who lived far away, in a faraway village, at a faraway village. And she went and explained the whole situation to this renowned doctor, and told him, ask him to help, considering everything. So that doctor gave her some poison. He told, this is poison. Whenever you cook food and give food to the mother-in-law, mix some of it to her food. Gradually, she'll pass away. Nobody will doubt. That's why you have to add a certain amount gradually every day. And at the same time, you have to do something. You should act in a way. You have to act in a way that nobody becomes suspicious of you. So that what you should do. What should you do? You should act that you are so loving and caring towards your mother-in-law. So you have to feed her so well. You have to talk to her with very nice words, and you have to be very kind to her, and you have to attend her in the best way that you can. So this is a matter of few months. Don't worry. She said, yes, that's a great advice. She went home and started behaving in the way that the doctor ordered. She started adding the poison So the right amount, she started adding to her mother-in-law's food every day. And at the same time, she started talking her whole nature changed. She started talking very nice words to uh, uh, towards the mother-in-law. She never said mom to the mother-in-law. Since that day, she started calling her the mother. And then after that, she cooked whatever she wanted. And then she did whatever the mother-in-law wanted to do. And gradually, the mother-in-law noticed this change. And then, little by little, so her heart started softening. Finally, she started treating the daughter-in-law in a very loving manner. Now, after 2-3 months, they developed a very strong bond. Now, the daughter-in-law, she decided that she can't live without the mother-in-law. After 3 months, right away, she went to this renowned doctor and told, "Oh, doctor, you want to help me. Now, everything has changed. My mother-in-law is a changed person now. She is loving me dearly, just like to a daughter. Now I cannot live without her. You have to give me something antidote to let that poison go away, so that the mother-in-law live longer with us." Then the doctor said, "Don't worry." She said, "Don't worry. Don't say like that. Please, there should be some kind of an antidote. Please give it to me. I'll do anything. I want her to live for a long time." Then he said, "Don't worry. I didn't give you poison." Then she asked, "What did you give me?" "Actually, what I gave you were certain kind of medications, so that those medications can control her cholesterol levels, sugar levels, arches levels, all such kind of sicknesses." Then she felt comfortable, and then her body earlier she was angry, sometimes because of the sicknesses that she had due to her old age. But now they are under control, and now you are loving her and doing nice traits, so her heart softened. That's what my strategy was. And don't worry about that. Go home and live with the mother-in-law happily. So he sent the daughter-in-law to the house, and both of them lived happily for a long period of time. What we have to understand is, so pity and love, they are very important. All people are not the same. Sometimes certain people does things that you don't like. Think about those things in this manner. Different people, all are different, right? We are people with different bodies and different minds. All are not the same. And then certain people have good associations in their lives. Certain people don't have good associations in their lives. Maybe you are fortunate to have good parents, good teachers, good friends in your lives. But all are not the same. Thinking like that. So whenever someone does certain bad things, so we have to use pity, and then we have to adjust the situation. And at the same time, share love. When there is a bad person, I don't tell you to be friends with snakes, but if you keep if you keep friendships with the snake, then one day it'll bite and you'll die. No, but share love, share your goodwill, share your kind thoughts and nice wishes. And then gradually they'll feel it one day and they'll change. They'll change, right? So behave like that in the society and adjust with people like that. It will help you to have your to develop a basic mental peace. And then when you sit for the meditation, since you're outside, so since your outside is calm and harmonious, it will help you to develop calmness and concentration with it. You'll develop faster and then you'll have a good life, right? So please adapt that quality. Men with people, adjust with people with love and pity. Okay, adjust with people with using love and pity. Okay. Now, everyone, please make your posture. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. First, I will pay our respect and gratitude towards the Buddha with 3 short stanzas. Then after that, we will start today's silent meditation. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vinyacharana sampanno sungato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati ratta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo samnittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanaiko paccattam veditabbo vinyuhiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinam chattari purisa yugani Ate purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Nakiniyo anjali karaniyo Antarang punyakitang lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are practicing the first step of breathing meditation, that means concentrating on your breath, please keep doing so. And if you are practicing the second step of breathing meditation, please do so. whatever the meditation technique that you practice, may your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation practice diligently. Diligently. Please start right now. Now, if you want to change your posture, if your posture is painful, if your legs are paining, you can change your legs, but please keep the eyes closed. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. We are going to share our loving kindness with all beings in breath. First, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, let's share our loving kindness with our dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the people in the middle. The people who are not your enemies, at the same time, the people who are not your friends. The people in the middle. May all the neutral people also be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards the neutral people in the world, the people who are in the middle. Now, let's share our loving kindness with our enemies. Before we share our loving kindness with them, we have to let go of the past, the hurtful incidents which happened in the past. Instead of keeping those grudges, let's let go of all those grudges. Instead, let's share our loving kindness with our enemies too. May my enemies be well. May my enemies be happy. May my enemies be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Now let's share our loving kindness with all beings in the world. Let's think about human beings, animals, birds, and all visible and invisible beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Bhavattu sabbe mangalam rakhantu sabbe devatam samme buddhanubhavene samme dhammanubhavene samme sanghanubhavene sada sotti bhavantuti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, very calmly, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a very good sitting session. It's not easy. What you are doing is a walk. Normally, we have wars in the material world. So those wars are fought against the enemies that you can see. Here, you are fighting a war, but the enemies you can't see. I told you about the first 3 enemies when I was in Sri Lanka. Who is the first enemy? Yes, addiction to sensual pleasure, right? Kama Chanda. Then what is the second one? Anger. Yeah. The real name is aversion. So anger, aversion. So let's use the word aversion. So aversion is the second enemy. And then after that, there's another enemy. So along with those 2 enemies, that comes
Laziness.
Very nice, Mr. Tan, and very nice, Mr. Shireen and Ram, Mr. Ram. So laziness, right? So today I'm going to teach you about the 4th one, right? So those 3 enemies, they attack. Not only they attack during the meditation, they attack to your day-to-day life too. And I taught you how to deal with them during the meditation and day-to-day life also, right? Well, you have to understand, the teacher only can do 25%. So one may take a horse to the water, but 50 cannot make it drink. So you have to develop the willingness and willpower, and you have to practice yourself to develop and win against the enemies. So on behalf of the Buddha, I can't do just like the Buddha. So if Buddha did uncountable number, then from that percentage, my percentage is not 0.1 billion zeros after another something. So so I do my best. So I teach accordingly. You are the one who have to use those sources, think over them, and then apply them in your own life. All beings don't like to live with unhappiness. All beings like to live with happiness. No being likes to live with peacelessness. All beings like to live with peace. All beings like to have a life with harmony. So if you like that, then it is not your birthright to have it. You have to work for it. The more you work hard, the more you are going to get it. So this is not some kind of carrot that you will get in the next life. So this is something that you will gain in this very life only if you practice well, right? So please practice ardently. Daily, please practice, and I gave you a chart. So at the end of the year, I am going to look at that one. No, that's fine. So just kidding. So you have to mark it. For every day, there are two marks that you can do. Morning time. So the mark for the morning and the mark for the evening. Every day, please try your best. All right, try your best and sit and practice meditation. And always motivate yourself to keep a mark somewhere. Right, leave a mark on your chair. Don't cheat. Always do it and leave a true mark. Okay, and like that, you have to proceed. You have to keep on fighting, keep on moving forward, keep on winning. So you have to keep winning a life with peace, a life with happiness, a life with harmony. So today I'm going to teach you about how to fight with the fourth enemy, Uddhacca Kukucca. In Pali language, those days Buddhist language, its meaning, its Pali word is Uddhacca Kukucca. Uddhacca means, so Uddhacca means restlessness, no rest. Kukucca means, so, so the scatteredness. So scatteredness means, so remorsefulness, the remorse, constant remorse. Restlessness means here, so there are certain people who keep on thinking. They keep on thinking and there is no any break. One thought after the other, after that thought, another thought, they keep on thinking. So certain people call this overthinking. Sometimes when this nature in certain people, so when they cannot stop thinking, sometimes they develop a headache. They feel like their head is bursting. It goes up to this level, right? So restlessness of the mind. And then number 2, remorsefulness of the mind. That means people think about good things and bad things. So they become remorseful. They think, oh, in the past, I could do this, but I couldn't do that. I shouldn't have done this, but I did it. Thinking so, they think about the past and they keep on worrying. They keep on worrying. Whenever these two things happen inside, you can't concentrate on the breath. You can't concentrate your mind, right? So, two Japanese bantes, two Japanese bantes, small bantes, they were arguing. They were arguing over a flag. One young bante said, what is waving, what is shaking is the flag. Then the other young bante said, what is actually shaking is the wind. So both of them couldn't come to a conclusion. They were arguing. And at that time, their master, that bante, saw them fighting. They came there. He came there and asked them to stop fighting and told them, what is shaking is not the wind or not even the flag. The thing which is shaking and moving is your mind. That is the truth. So the mind is, when you have restlessness in the mind, when you have remorsefulness in the mind, so the mind is always shaking. It is similar to a pond which is affected by a wind. When there is a pond, when it is affected by the wind, so when the wind is blowing, what happens? It creates waves in the water. When you have waves in the water, can you go and see the depth of that pond or the lake? Can we see the depth? We can't see the depth. We can't see. Why? The water is not still. When we have the restlessness and the remorsefulness inside the mind, it is the same. You can't concentrate well. So this nature, it is happening. So not only during meditation, throughout this day, we don't know how many times you were fighting with this enemy. How many times? Can you count? I'm talking about not let go of the whole day. Let's take 1 hour from this very day. How many times you were fighting with this enemy? Let's leave 1 hour. Let's take half an hour. Within that half an hour, how many times were you fighting with this enemy? Many times. Many times. So, just like a person who has fire, who got fire on that person's hair, so we should strive hard, right, to get rid of these enemies, especially from this restlessness of the mind, and then after that, remorsefulness of the mind, right? Then, right. So, uddacha, so restlessness. So when this nature arises in the mind, there is no ending in thinking. So when there is no ending in thinking, you can't realize. So your mind become very tired. So it instead of working with the brain, it starts to go with the heart. In other words, the emotions fly without any control of wisdom, right? So that's what happens. Let me teach you another small story. Another story from India, right? One Brahmin, he got a pot of milk from one home. He was so poor, and he got one pot of milk, and he started thinking. So keeping that pot of milk in front of him, he started thinking. He thought, I will sell this pot. And selling this pot, I will have a lot of money. With that money and adding some of my savings, I will buy a cow. And then then that cow will give birth to many babies. So what do we call it? Cows. Yes, cows. And then I will be able to have a lot of milk from it. I will sell them. Collecting money, I will build a beautiful house. And then after that, collecting more money, I will marry a beautiful lady. And one day later on, she'll give me a lot of babies. And then I will buy a very nice chariot. With that nice chariot, keeping my babies and my wife on the side, I will go to see my parents and relatives with pride. I'm a rich man. And then after that, suddenly my babies, they'll start crying loud. I will get angry. Then after that, I will hit with my fist, I'll hit my wife, saying, well, why can't you take care of the babies? Thinking, so what he did was, he gave a huge hit. And what happened was, suddenly he felt something wetty around him. And he found out the milk pot, it has broken into pieces, and the milk has completely gone, milk is completely spilled, right? This is how the mind is. So this is an example for the restlessness of mind. Then you can't focus and you can't think straight and you can't. So instead of going with the wisdom, it goes with the emotions. You don't know where it will end, right? So we have to control the restlessness of our mind. For that, what should we do? So main thing is, whenever the mind is wandering, constantly we have to be aware the fact about what am I thinking right now. That's number one. The mind should not be somewhere else and the body should not be somewhere else. Whenever you think, both things should be together, right? You have to be fully aware what you are thinking right now. Always question, what am I thinking right now? Then the restlessness becomes controlled. Not you can't get rid of it yet. Yeah, to get rid of it, you have to practice breathing meditation gradually, right? And then kukuch, guilty feeling. Things happen in life. When something happens, it happens. You can't undo that. I told you when I was teaching about 2 weeks ago, I told you about I told you a European story. In that story, I told you, you can take out a nail from a fence, but you cannot undo the mark. Mark will be there, right? So things happen in life and you can't undo them. You can't say sorry, but that's it. If you keep on thinking about the very same thing which happened again and again, and if you keep worrying, and instead of correcting yourself and determining I'm not going to do it again, and I'm going to change, and so this is a new moment. From this moment onwards, I'll change myself and I'll do the right thing. So if you don't think like that, then if you keep on worrying, no change will happen. Nothing will happen. Then guilty feeling will stay with you throughout the life. And when you have a guilty feeling, it's just like having a burden on your head. You can't let it go. Then what happens? You can't concentrate. So for the things which happened in the past, you have to let them go. Understanding what happened, it happened. Let it be a good thing or a bad thing, it happened. If it was a good thing that I could do or somebody did, that's nice. I appreciate it. So, and I will do it more. And if something happened in the past, which was not good, which was not right, you let it go. I told you, using the pity, using the love. You let it go, right? And then, so if not, you can't concentrate. Once King Kosale came to the temple and saw monks, Bantes. So then he asked the Buddha, oh the Buddha, these Bantes eat one meal a day. And there is no any entertainment inside this temple. So being so, situation is like that. So how can they maintain but still I can see their beauty, their skin color is beautiful. So their So the appearance is so beautiful. Why is that? Then Buddha said. So these Bhantes, they are satisfied with one meal. And then they don't worry about the past. And then they don't worry about the future. They stay in the present. That's why their skin color is beautiful. Right? So guilt feeling don't let you to stay, accept the present as it is. So it always tell you, oh, if it would have been, if this happened in the past or that happened in the past, this would have been better. So you are not ready to embrace the present well, the now well. You want it to change, but you can't do that right now. You can't do that right now. But so you have to embrace the present as it is. You have to be contented with what you have. Being contented with what you have right now, then you have to move forward with your plans. Right? That's how you should do. If not, guilt feeling will stay and it will make your head burdensome and you won't be able to concentrate. So first, first understand whatever, if it is a bad thing which happened in the past, understand this is bad, it happened in the past, but it happened now. I can't undo that. So I let it go and I won't do it again. That's it. Angulimala killed 999 people. Whenever I meet prisoners, I teach them. Angulimala killed 999 people. But he understood that it was wrong. And then after that, he decided, I'm going to change. I was a murderer. From this moment onwards, I'm not going to be a murderer. Right? So he he corrected himself and he determined and he stick to it. And then he started practicing meditation. So he could concentrate, he changed, and later on he became an enlightened monk. You are not Angulimala. You haven't killed 999 people, right? So you still can change. So if there is any guilty feeling that you have, yes, if you did wrong things in the past, accept that. And then you have to, instead of constantly worrying, let it go. Change your, determine and start changing yourself, reshaping yourself. That's what you should do. With another story, I would like to finish. So this happened in Australia long time ago. Long time means several decades. Two 4-year-old children were playing closer to a pool. Parents were, when there are family gatherings and parties, the elders, they are in their worlds and the kids are in their worlds. Sometimes the adults, they forget what the kids are doing. This was a situation like that. And these two kids, they were playing happily for a while, but suddenly, because of some reason, they had a conflict. They fought. One child was so angry, he pushed the other child to the pool. This, all students might remember the story. So this child was drowned. So now, so everyone was so sad, and after the funeral, the parents of the late child, they also forgive the other child. So all the other people, they forgave and pitied the other child who is surviving. But there was somebody who couldn't forgive that very child who did it. He couldn't forgive himself. When he was at the beginning, he was a very bright, good child who could study well. But later on, he duped in remorse. He went into the wrong direction, and finally he couldn't finish his college, and then he was a drug addict, and then after that he was roaming in the streets, and finally one day, fortunately, when he was 27, he went and met Ajahn Brahmanso in Australia. Bhante Ajahn Brahmanso, he is a good counselor, famous counselor in Australia. So that Bhante taught the very same thing that I taught you. So past is past. It's gone. Good or bad, it's gone. So you realize and let it go. Now you have to do something, not only for you, for your parents, even for the child who passed. You have to do a contribution for the society, for both of you. Then he went home. He thought about it. Next day he forgave him and started the new life. He went to college and got graduated, and finally he started helping the other people with his profession. So we have to understand, when we worry, keep on worrying, we can't move forward. When things happen, we have to let it go. Then, understanding the correct way, you have to determine, I will stick to this. And you have to move forward with that correct decision in the correct path. That's how you'll fight with this enemy, Uddacha Kukucha, restlessness and remorsefulness. So fighting with it and developing inner calmness. So turn into deep concentration, and later on turn that concentration into Vipassana meditation, and developing in Vipassana meditation, try to attain the eternal peace, eternal happiness, Nibbana. Now we are going to conclude. Everyone, please think together today too. All of us gathered here and practice this noble, non-sectarian meditation technique. And we listen to this noble Dhamma. By that way, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. May all that positive energy be helpful for all of us to have a beautiful life here in this very world. To have beautiful lives after this life. May we gain a long life with beauty, mental and physical strength, comfort, and wisdom. Practicing this noble, non-sectarian Dhamma path, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana silise nichang vada pachaino Chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayuradogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti Iminate samijjato. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Good night to everyone. Sadhu. 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 Good night to everyone.
Thank you, Bante.
Okay.
Thank you, Bante.
Okay. Good night, Miss Diane.
Thank Good night, Bante. Thank you so much.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Welcome
Good
back.
night, Miss Neha.
Good night, Bante. Thank
Good
you
night.
so much for today.
May you be happy. Good night, Sarupa.
Thank you. Thank you.
May you be happy. Good night, Asmita. Asmita
Thank you
Devi.
so much. Thank you so much, Bante.
May
Have a
you
good
be
night.
happy.
Thank you.
Pragati and Rahul. Good night.
Thank you so much.
May you be happy. Miss Swati. Good night.
Thank you, Bante.